Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Coach Nick. Luka Doncic versus LeBron James epic matchup with 2 OTs.
We got a clash of the Titans last night as LeBron James hosted Luka Doncic, and they gave us 2 extra frames to savor the matchup. But Russell Westbrook wanted in on this one and couldn't stop asking Luka to dance all night. Here's a little waltz they do when wanting to take a foul at the end of the second quarter, and on this post-up, Luka doesn't like the hand.
First of all, Russ tried to foul right here. Russ tried to foul him right here. So that's why he fouled like that, because Russ went and called it. Okay?
Stop asking Luka to dance all night. Here's a little waltz.
Russ tried foul right there. Russ still fouled him. Russ not calling anything. So he had to take a foul. He had to foul him like that, so the ref can call it.
And on this post-up, Luka doesn't like the hands on him, glares at the ref even, before hitting him with a spin move and the right hand to the cheek. And all of this culminated in the box out where Russ doesn't like the forearm Doncic is offering. Luka wildly rips the ball away from Gabriel, and you can see Russ starts to size Luka up like a cheetah after its prey. I suspect Russ had had enough of Luka and decided to just take him out. This could have cost them the game. Seeing as
Russ didn't mean to do that, bro. He tried to pressure on full court and he went for the steal. He didn't have the angle. That's the thing Russ did wrong. He didn't have the angle to go for the steal, and that's why he collided into Luka like that.
It was a unique mix of a fast break take foul and a flagrant one, which gave the Mavericks 2 free throws and the ball back. But Jason Kidd might not have realized he could have chosen anyone to shoot the free throws, considering he had a much better shooter in Spencer Dinwiddie on the floor. Make no mistake, Russ played well overall. He hit 2 key 3-pointers in crunch time when the Lakers needed a bucket, but he also blew 4 layups during this time.
So
Russ
what?
tended to even the game out. But
so
the
did
real treat
LeBron.
was seeing the 2 heavyweights go at each other. LeBron specialized in transition bully ball, knowing the Mavericks didn't have anyone his size that could meet him in the middle of the floor and stop him from getting to the basket. There wasn't anything clever in his attack, just point that shoulder into the defender and keep trucking towards the basket. This led to a number of baskets and free throw opportunities and kind of made me feel bad for these guys who don't have the strength to hold them off. Spencer valiantly tries to take a charge, but he couldn't quite get in front. Both Hardaway Jr. and Bullock did their best but are just too small to have much of an effect, and Bullock learned the hard way that trying to reach in on his dribble won't do anything to bother LeBron. Of course, the one guy who does have the weight to match LBJ is Luka, and this blow to his midsection most likely caused Luka to rethink this in a painful way. On the other end, the Lakers tried to confuse Luka by mixing up their coverages. Most of the time, they were straight doubling him to get out of his hands, but there were plenty of possessions where the defense would just switch and take their chances with the matchup. A good way to avoid the double teaming is to get Luka off ball and attacking quickly off the catch into a step-up screen here. Check the yo-yo dribble made popular by Chris Paul, which gets Thomas Bryant
Chris Paul made that
backwards,
popular.
and then the beautiful footwork to pivot around the right foot with a pass fake, turn, shot fake.
I be doing that too.
Strong off
Don't you off guard, bro.
And one. The Mavericks were testing the Lakers defense early to see how they'd play Luka, and it's important to note who is guarding the ball screener since that's who ends up switching on to Luka. Max Christie doesn't have the package to hold Luka off. JTA comes over to double, which means LeBron needs to rotate over and Schroeder has to move up. The last part doesn't happen, leaving a shooter wide open for the easy triple and assist to Luka.
On Northwestern Mutual?
If you're wondering why they felt the need to double Luka in the post, here's what happened when they tried to put Schroeder on him. Luka waits to see if the defense is coming, and then a simple spin move catches Schroeder leaning towards the sideline.
How you got Schroeder on Luka anyway?
Christie is lost as a rotation
LeBron and Russ supposed to be going to guard him.
Easy runner. Again with no double and the young Christie on him, Luka licks his chops with a nice hezzy, muscles him out of the way, and puts it in the bucket. What's clear about watching both Luka and LeBron on the court together is that they play at their own comfortable pace. Because they're not rushed, they can achieve a flow state that enables great decision making. And a good way for you to achieve this while training is by listening to your favorite music. And that's where Raycon's everyday ear
Coach, are you gonna shoot the ball?
come in. With optimized gel tips,
Oh, all right.
it gives you
You're a coach. You're supposed to make it, so it don't count. Coach Nick.
% off your purchase. There are two ways you can double Luka in the Mavs offense. The first is to let the Mavs set a pick and roll and blast him. The Mavs seemed ready for this as Luka hits the short roll, but when it's Dwight Powell and not Christian Wood, it's a lot less effective. He has the option of a quick pass to Ntilikina, who's not a good shooter, or a pivot and fire to Bullock, who has been struggling this season but is normally pretty good. By dribbling at first, it robs Bullock of an open shot and leads to whatever this attempt is by Powell, giving the Lakers reason to double Luka in the first place.
Yo, what is that? Yo! What is that?
Attempt is by Powell, giving the Lakers reason to double Luka in the first place.
This man's a fool, can't make decisions whatsoever to take him out the game instantly.
Instead of hitting the short roll, he released the pressure with a pass to the wing. There is simply no way to rotate quickly enough to Wood on the roll from here, and what normally would be an easy dunk is thwarted by an incredible block by Wenyen. Again, more reason for the Lakers to keep doing this strategy. The other way to double Luka is to simply run at him when he's got the ball in his hands. You can see the Mavs are well prepared for this as Wood is cutting to the free throw line the second JTA begins to double. With the ball in the middle of the floor, there are lots of options to dice up the defense. Where they have the advantage is on the left side with the 2-on-1 versus LeBron, but by going back to the right, it makes it easy for Dennis Schroeder to close out hard and force up an impossible shot, which Dinwiddie promptly hits anyway. In the third, we got a great glimpse into the chess match. As they started out by chasing him to double, that really freaked Luka out as he wandered to the corner and then threw a creative but wild pass into the backcourt. The Mavs went kind of big with Wood and Powell together, and by Wood sneaking underneath the play, he lures LeBron into jumping Luka at the right wing. Again, Luka gets it to him at the free throw line with Powell directly underneath him and Russ in an untenable situation. He must go to the ball, and Troy Brown Jr. is theoretically responsible for rotating all the way over to protect the rim as LeBron lets him know in no uncertain terms. And there's Wood sneaking under the defense again.
I mean, what else could he done, LeBron? There was no one. It was 2-on-1. What else could he done?
None.
He had a bigger defender on him.
Doesn't sink down to take away the pass for the layup,
a bigger dude was guarding a bigger dude.
Turns to the bench to say, let's stop doing this. The Lakers got their own taste of doubling when LeBron got the ball, and they started out with good results, utilizing James's gravity to open up shots for others. But the Mavericks rotated very well throughout the night, indicating to me that they're a well-coached team and very prepared. They double properly from the weak side, and as the ball gets moving, everyone moves on a string to rotate to the open man. Davis Bertans is a step late, recognizing he must get to the corner, but he does fly by, and none misses it badly. Most of the doubles on LeBron were in the post, and you can see them set up the skip pass with Schroeder setting the flare screen for Christie. Luka does a nice spin around the pick and contest, and Christie is way off when he abbreviates his dip to get it off before Luka gets there.
Coach, you talking about Samsung?
So the Lakers were poised to win this tough game after Russ hit 2 clutch free throws. And if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know how much I stress fouling when up by 3 points and less than 10
like I said in the video too. Like I would foul too, but he was at home, so he has the advantage. These are all his fans right here. These are all his fans. But on the world, you won't have no fans. So I would have fouled.
For the team to tie the game with a long-distance shot. Of course, Luka reminded us that lightning sometimes strikes, but I'm sure they'd gladly just foul Dinwiddie here.
Yeah, I would have fouled Luka right here. Foul him right here. Ain't probably had a foul to give anyway. I would have fouled him right here, bro. But you won't let him play one-on-one with Schroeder, bro. If you want to let him play one-on-one, at least have Westbrook or LeBron on him. Dang. But you want Schroeder of all people to stop Luka from tying the game up.
Watch him rise up on his step back and just cold knock this shot down.
You let Schroeder guard him one-on-one with the game on the line, bro.
The last shot for the Lakers saw LeBron get the Luka treatment, running at him out top of the double team. This Troy Brown look was pretty good, and this contact by Hardaway Jr. is what they consider a high-five incidental.
But he made contact with the body too, so is that a foul?
Contact.
Cause look,
since the ball was out of his hands,
that's contact right here with the body.
Before contact was made. I thought the refs did a pretty good job overall in this game, but the last 2-minute report did find 7 calls that were not made properly. The Lakers switched tactics on Luka in the overtime, with Russ doing an excellent job to just deny Luka the ball. And
does Adam Silver get a drug test too?
See him give
or just the players
on the offense and walk away, forcing the other Mavs to create a shot that, while good, doesn't go in. As we got to the end of overtime, LeBron and Luka gave us what we wanted, a one-on-one matchup, and James promptly blows right by Doncic, steps around Christian Wood, and does something unusual these days. Tries to get all the way to the hoop for a game winner. Most players don't do this for fear that the refs will let the players decide it, ignoring contact that might occur. Well, there was clear contact on LeBron's left arm going up, which clearly affected the shot, and that
I thought Wood blocked it. I thought Wood got the block too.
On LeBron's left
he
arm
fouled him and blocked his shot.
Up, which clearly affected
he fouled him and blocked his shot.
And that means a second overtime. I love seeing the Lakers set a ball screen for LeBron with Luka's man, force a switch, and let these two go at it again. I'm sure LeBron was exhausted. Struder was upset LeBron wasn't going to pass, and he ends up settling for a contested three.
I didn't even see Struder right open.
LeBron wasn't going to pass, and he ends up settling for a contested
yeah,
three.
Struder wide open in the corner.
End, we get the same matchup as a straight ISO. Luka goes into
not wide open. Bullock could have closed out, but Struder could attack that closeout.
Tried to get the ref to blow his whistle, but there wasn't enough contact, and the Mavs come up.
It took double overtime for LeBron to finally start guarding Luka, bro. That should have been on the fourth quarter when he tied up the game. He should have been on LeBron. I mean on Luka. Him or Russ. Not Struder. You can't put Struder on Luka. You crazy?
In this case, getting in LeBron's way as he
started. You wonder why Lakers are mad? Why Westbrook is mad? You don't act the coach.
Happy with his shot, but so are the Lakers, as Russ improves his rhythm immensely by using the hop to get this shot off, and it was a big one. Unclear why the Lakers didn't run an immediate double at Luka in the post here, as he promptly lays it in before LeBron can rotate over to help. This isn't really a double either. Luka could have passed it back to Spencer for an open three, but he barely misses this step-back pet shot of his. The Lakers are still down 3, and LeBron clears Brown out of there. He prefers to attack Powell in the pick and roll. However, this allows Luka to hover in his way, daring LeBron to pass to Brown Jr. for a corner three. With this much time left, the decision to shoot this three was a bad one. LeBron's elbow flares out to the right, so shooting off the dribble while going in that direction is the hardest shot he could take. Notice how high his right leg kicks up to control the in-air turn for alignment to the basket. The Lakers are forced to foul. It becomes a 2-possession game with only 1 possession left. And the Mavericks walk away with a thrilling victory.
See, even LeBron makes bad decisions too. He had a man wide open in the corner, took a contested 3.
Another notch.
You know LeBron is not a shooter.
In Luka's belt as he took on the King and sat in.
It's not just on Russ, so don't look at Russ. It's LeBron's fault.
But circle February.
LeBron should be coming off the bench, not Russ.
26th on your calendar, sports fans. The rematch is going to be even better.